Hey, what's up, locker room? Uh, you can see I'm in my Halloween pajamas. Been in them all day. Didn't plan on doing anything today. Uh, but of course, after the Dolphins break news with the firing of Chris Grier, I have to jump on and kind of talk to the locker room. I told you guys something was going to happen soon, real soon, with the way the Miami Dolphins had been, playing this year, uh, working this year, talking this year. Think about it. First, it was Tyreek and all that was going on with Tyreek. Then it was Tua and Tua talking about how many people are missing meetings and missing players only meeting. Player only meetings are not sanctioned by the team. That's why I didn't say much about it, but Tua definitely should not have gone out and said those things. It makes it look, well, I don't know if it could have looked worse than it already did, but it does make it look worse. A lot of people right now are up in arms. Not that Chris Grier got fired, but that he was the only one fired. You see, I personally, don't know him very, very well, but anybody you talk to will tell you he's a good man. But the reality is, in this game, it's not about likes, and this is not about being black. Not about likes, not about being black. Chris Gears, everybody loves him, and you also see guys come up and be a little angry because he is a brother, and there are not many brothers in those positions. And when something goes wrong, why is it the brother being the first one out? That would be that wouldn't be true, because Chris has been there 25 years, a quarter of a century, the last 10 as head honcho, the GM. And those have not, and he's not performed well. Now get this, because yes, Chris Greer does have responsibility in this. But I want us to make sure that we're pointing where he has faltered. I don't see it as him faltering in talent assessment. Now, the ultimate question one has to ask was, Tua, your decision, or was it the owner's decision? Because people start asking about Justin Herbert and Tua's limited Tua being a little limited because the arm is not as strong, and that is that he does have some limitations because of his arm strength. But Chris Greer got, for what they were doing, he got the talent they needed. That was a speed offense, and they were very directed about what they were doing. They went and got the genius in Mike McDaniel, and he put a team around him with speed that they could run his designs in his plays with that kind of speed and scare everybody. I thought he did a pretty good job of assembling the team. The question is going to be who he gave those teams to. Miami has some talent. We'll go back and forth with the Herbert and Tua decision. But the fact that he took Tua, I love that he went and found the guy that gave Tua his best year as a pro. So they're telling me the system that was given to Tua would work for Tua. And the head coach that was chosen by the owner and Chris came up short. And I like Mike McDaniels. And Coach McDaniels, I think he is a smart man. But what I even see this offense, I said, if you can defend the middle of the zones about 12, 15 yards deep on each hash against Miami. Because it seems like that's the first place Tua's trying to go every time with the ball. If you defend that and make them go to the second, third option, then they struggle. So I put more blame on, and I said more blame, on the coaching staff, not for what they designed, because I like the offense designed for Tua. I just don't think they made much progress in the progression of the offense. It was almost like we're one trick pony here, even though we have all these Mustangs running. We're one trick pony, but we got all these Mustangs flying. And the adjustment area with the Miami Dolphins coaching staff, I think has been a big problem. I don't have an issue with them deciding to part ways, Ross and Grier. Been working together for a long time. Somebody has to put their head on the chopping block. And he's the sacrificial lamb. But I'm saying to the coaching staff, if you guys can't make and run this offense and take it to the next level by bringing progressions off what you've already established and accomplished and established, then yeah, you guys got to get on that road with Chris Grier. Because I'm telling you, and think about it. First play with Tyreek Hill gone the other day. First play to Waddle was where? Right in that same scene. Right in that same scene. I thought the game before that Tua threw the ball to 10, 11 different dudes. I said, oh my God. Oh, okay, now this may be working great for him. He's spreading the ball around, and maybe that's his best idea, because anytime somebody gets you off the first read, you struggle. So if you don't know who the first read is, you got a better chance, my thinking. But if you don't know, if we don't progress in your play calling and progress in the play design, okay, if everybody knows we like to throw it in these areas, let's use everybody's knowledge against them and come up with something in those areas that'll make them bite so we can get a big play. Those are the adjustments that I think has been failing Miami. I don't think it's about collecting talent. They've had talent. It's about getting that talent to perform at its highest level. And that is not the GM's job. That job belongs to the coaches and the head coach. It's top dog when we're talking that plate. I guess my shirt says it right. It's the Boo Crew. And all of them should be scared. The Boo Crew. Chris Grier was part of the Boo Crew. But a lot of the Boo Crew is still in Miami. And I don't think anybody's safe. So if the Boo Crew continues to put these ugly, scary things on the football field, then they're gonna have to let Mike McDaniels and the Boo Crew go real soon. Kelly, the interim GM right now, he's already said that I don't want people to think there's going to be a fire sale that we're not giving anything away. So he's going to come in and be a GM, and we like our team, and we're not giving anything away. So I instantly started shifting when I got past, okay, everybody's acting up because we like Chris or he's black and we want to fight for Chris. But those elements don't pertain to this. I'm talking about, did you get the winning done? Or did you not get the winning done? And even if we're not winning now, do I see a clear path to get us to winning somewhere in this? And all of those answers had to be no. So Chris had to go. Now the question is, how much longer does Mike McDaniels have? And if Ross and all of those guys are like me, wanting to see the progression in this offense, and some progression in the development of Tua. Speaking of the interim GM over at Miami, he was talking about not having a fire sale. And then they started bringing up players. Bradley Chubb, who's making about $1 million this year. Will they be trading him? Will they be trading Jalen Phillips, who's making about $13 million? Then you'll owe him about another $5 million or $6 million unless you work a deal out with the Dolphins if you trade him. I'm just saying now. And then they were talking about everybody wants Waddle. You know, they want to try to inquire about Waddle. If my thought went to this, I said, I guarantee you, when I heard those numbers, all this talk about the Dallas Cowboys in the market for a trade, get player, get this, get that, get somebody on defense. When I heard Bradley Chubb's only making $1 million and something, I said, uh-oh. And a new GM, Cowboys will be poking around to see what kind of deal they can get. Well, you know what I'm saying? On a deal like a Bradley Chubb's. I was thinking, even when he's got Jalen Phillips in there, you're going to have to owe about $5 or $6 million to him. But he's a young man. He's not old man like Bradley Chubbs. He's a young man. So even if I'd rather pay a few million to the young man in hopes that I could develop him into something. He's in his fifth year option, so you got to do a deal with him soon. So yeah. So they're throwing everything around what's going on in the Dolphins, and I look at it and say, that looks like a situation where Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones will be calling to see what they can get. All right, locker room. I got to start getting ready. Go put on my costume now and go sit out here, go hang out with my guys at this alumni thing. So I'll make sure I give the guys a shot. But listen, I'm on this new camera. Y'all see it. This is my off day. So I'm just chilling, man. I wasn't going to shave or anything, but then I fired Chris Grier. I had to jump on with my Boo Crew shirt on and my pajamas, you know, my Boo Crew pajamas, just to chill out. But let me tell you something. This is my first time using this new camera that Adam came over and put on, and that thing is crisp. It's crisp, man. I'm sitting here talking to you guys, looking at my grades saying, damn, this camera telling on me, man. I usually get these darken out. And when I didn't have this camera, you couldn't see them this good. But darn, I got to make sure I can't cheat this camera. This is serious business now. It's getting to be serious business. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of serious business, I ain't gonna lie. I'm worried about Saturday and Sunday. I'm worried about SMU because I know a lot of them dudes from Florida and the head coach came from Miami. So you know he gonna put some of us Miami stuff on the plate for SMU players. A lot of them who from Florida and wanted to go to Miami. So you know they gonna play like they ain't never played before. And then on Monday instead of Sunday night this week, here at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, here comes Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, high school football, Mr. Everything quarterback for Allen High School right here around the corner. I don't think he's ever lost a game in Dallas. And I know he don't lose against the Cowboys. So we will have some clashes going on here in Dallas for this weekend. Wow. Dallas would need to put up 40 points like they've averaged, like they've always put up at home, because they're going to need every bit of it. Kyler Murray is a running quarterback, the kind of quarterback that always gives Dallas problems, and he never loses in Dallas. It's just something about him playing here in Dallas. Boy, we got to break some chain this week, you know. The Cowboys got to break that chain and get this man his loss here in Dallas. Let him know this is no longer his home here in Dallas. His home is in Arizona. You got to put BTA and send them back to A. You got to put BTA to send them back to A. Belt to ass to send them back to Arizona. Be nice if Miami did that also. Just put belt to ass on the Mustang.